else I needed to ask you. I know, there was something else I needed to talk to you about, and I can't remember what it was. Did you? But, this one.
We need to discuss the
Yeah,
last
we're
financial
gonna, she's
report.
gonna, okay. Ready? Oh, Anna's, has she started the recording yet?
I did.
Okay. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. I need to, an approval of the agenda, a motion for the, I think we have an amendment.
I would like to move that we move the tax financial report up so we can look at it right now
Before,
before the presentation of events and
That makes sense.
okay, I need a second.
I will second that.
Been moved and seconded to change the agenda and move the discuss lodger's tax financial report above presentation of event holders disbursement. All those in favor?
I
All those opposed?
think it'll save us all a lot of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, we'll be here. Okay, so has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting?
No, but I wasn't here, so I wouldn't know if they were right or wrong.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve the minutes.
I move to approve the minutes from the last meeting in March 2016.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from March 30th, 2016. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, we'll go right into discuss lodger's tax financial report. James?
Yes. Madam Chair, members of the board, as you know, the economy is taking a downturn, and we're actually starting to see the effects on our lodger's tax, which the lodger's tax is a 5% tax on hotel stays here in Lovington. So when we look at our revenues, we base our revenue projections on historical data. So for what we normally do, example, the last quarter, we look at the previous quarter as to what our revenues are and kind of project and gauge where our revenues are going to be at for the next quarter. We also base that on historical data from years past. So whenever you look at the last, I guess, economic recession that occurred around between 2008 and 2010, you can see that in 2008, our revenues, as far as revenues in per month, it would be about 6,000, and then the actual recession started to occur. 2009, we were averaging less than $4,500 a month. And then, of course, in 2010, it started to come back up. That, of course, is whenever we saw oil prices starting to increase and our activity out here in the county improve as well. Last quarter, we actually budgeted or estimated with a reduction, knowing that the economy and gross receipts were declining, $10,000, actually $10,300. However, whenever we looked at the actual totals for revenues received between April and June, we only received $7,300. We were actually $3,000 below our projections, which did cause some problems. We normally do have a $4,000 reserve or cash balance. We actually only started our cash balance out prior to our last deposit of $568.
98.
I'm sorry, yeah, $598. So whenever you look at
Give me
the
that
actual
$30.
revenue from an actual number standpoint, just taking what was demonstrated on that previous graph, in 2008 we actually saw a 15% decline. 2009 and 10 we saw a little bit a nominal increase. However, right now we're actually 20% below our revenue projections for the end of the year. So whenever you look at our beginning cash balance, we did have some pending expenses. However, the chamber discussed this with Raylan yesterday. The previous allocation for the party in the park, they are going to actually forego any reimbursement because she did request and did receive some free advertisement. So that does help our cash balance. Now, the cash balance started out at $598, and that was because the June payment for the Lovington Inn had not posted yet electronically in our MIP accounting system. Whenever you factor that in, that left a cash balance of $2,002, and that doesn't include a credit removing that Chamber of Commerce payment. When we're looking at projected revenues, we looked at what the actuals were, and then we actually reduced them by 20%. So we're actually only looking at potentially bringing in less than $5,900. Now, that's just simply a projection, and that leaves us with $7,900 for lodger's tax for this next quarter. So when we look at this, one thing that everybody would like, has asked me, what we call our auxiliary agencies for this city. And as far as funding, there are, like our Chamber of Commerce, we fund them $47,000 a year, the city does. $12,000 of that comes from lodger's tax, and hence that's where that $3,000 comes from. They receive another $35,000 from our general fund. Lovington Main Street, they receive $50,000, $35,000 of that is because we have it's a general fund allocation, but it's because we have an MOU in place with the state of New Mexico Main Street program that says we will provide funding at this level. In addition to that, the city commission provides them an additional $15,000 from the general fund. The EDC, this one's a little bit different. It's actually established by ordinance, and it's funded through the 1/8 and 1% tax. They are funded by ordinance. It's either 10%, but no greater than $50,000, and that provides them funding. Our museum, they're kind of, I guess, what you would say a hybrid, because we actually fund one full-time employee position with benefits. We own the building, or the structures. We provide the utilities, and then we provide a $20,000 general fund stipend. One of the things that we did discuss, especially during our budget workshops, and a plan that the city has since adopted, is a revenue contingency plan. Now, right now, our budget is set for, I believe it's about $583,000 per month average in order for general fund revenues. One of the plans that we have is, should our revenues decline below that $570,000 per month for 2 consecutive months, one of the reductions, in order to make sure that we can maintain essential city services, one of the things that the commission can do is actually affect, they can reduce or they can freeze those appropriations that are not protected by ordinance or through MOU. So, we don't want to get to that point. We're really hoping we don't get to that point, because a lot of other cogs in the machine actually occur as well. We're talking about reduction in salaries, we're talking about reduction in benefits, to the absolute last extreme where we actually start reductions in force. But we even will modify our reserve policy that was established by City Commission, and we're doing everything we can to make sure that we can maintain city services, including our auxiliary agencies. This is not something that I want to talk about and consider, but it's a reality. Everybody's having to tighten their belts. So,
Well, you can get rid of Carol Ann.
you were a Main Street life, So, our funding formula, getting back to our lodger's tax. Our funding formula for this particular quarter, of course, we have an estimated $7,900 available in funding. Of course, our dedicated chamber funding, part of that $12,000 annual allotment, is $3,000. That leaves an adjustment of $4,900. And what we have is a funding cap per project of $900. However, even going back, the maximum available funding we can have to provide for all of these projects, $67,000 worth of requests is only $900. That means a maximum individual funding cap of $225, which is 25% of the cap per individual project. So, one of the things that we have looked at, because frankly we don't know that the money's going to be there, we are making the recommendation to this body to pass along to the City Commission that any of the requests, of the $67,000 in requests, are not funded. However, speaking with the Finance Department, Gary Chapman, our Finance Director, and myself, we both looked it over. We feel that we can actually support full allocation to the chamber for this quarter. And those are our recommendations in Finance report. We can stand for any questions.
And with that's what brings us to basically the final bottom line of $900. If we go ahead and fund the chamber at $3,000.
If we fund the chamber and we maintain that reserve for
and we maintain it, which obviously we need,
We need that.
Since
yes.
we went past it last
Since we,
time.
No,
yeah.
way down.
Now, you know, on the good news, let's just say that we go ahead, we as a community take the vote to approve the recommendations. We do have another facility that will be online, that will start funding, beginning in July. They will be, yes, they will be contributing. So our next quarter possibly can be better than the historical.
But we don't know until
We don't
see.
know, because I guarantee you, as much as they've gone up, I'm gonna tell you, probably the Lovington has gone down. So, I don't know that for a fact, but, you know, just in,
Well, you saw their June payment.
I don't know, that's still not bad, I mean,
I know, but the other, one of them was $900, 1 month.
870.
so just, I mean, it's an easy math, if you just take and multiply that number by 20, that's all they made that month, and I
Right.
guarantee, and then, you know, you gotta pay salaries and everything else out of that, so that's why I'm saying, I haven't talked to them, I know they were here last week, but, you know, about this business. So, the next quarter may be better, we just don't know.
We don't know until it happens.
Now,
Just a second.
oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Does anybody else on the board have anything? Just that I'm gonna let this go.
Well, I was gonna, the thing is if we only have $900,
$225 not gonna help anybody.
may not help, but yeah, it would be best to our best
Right.
to just hold it in reserve and see where we're at. So,
Okay, Joanne, you can come, you have to come up.
yeah.
I'm Joanne Norrell, and I'm with the Lovington Downtown Farmers Market. We wish to pull our funding request at this time due to our concerns. Everybody has. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have anything to? Sure, come on up.
Madam Chairman, members of the board, my name is Jake Crum. I work for Spectra Venue Management, and I represent the Lee County Fairgrounds and the Event Center, specifically the funding request in front of you for the Lee County Fair and Rodeo. In light of this information, we too would like to pull our funding request. We don't think it's appropriate at this point in time, but we do look forward to hearing the numbers for next quarter, because a lot of our focus is going to be shifted towards the Lovington area. So we hope to see you guys again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Anybody else?
I would say that we should hold the requests, and we appreciate you withdrawing them, but if we have a little bit, we might could even look back at the, just, in other words, this is
Well,
not
they won't need it for the fair.
Yeah,
I realize that.
it's for this.
I
And we
understand.
won't need it, we were needing, not we, Tabitha won't need it for the concert because it's fixing
It's
to
gonna
happen,
be in,
July 16th. By the way, concert July 16th.
I have posters, if anyone wants to help distribute them.
And,
I need all the help I can get.
and then Raylene,
Didn't request,
huh?
I didn't request an
Okay.
additional thing.
And then the Wild Bunch, your tournament will be over. So,
we could still look at their, but we can, back fund it.
we'd have to
I'm
have
sure though, because
Another
fortunately,
meeting
the groups that are represented here will also have events coming up in the
Next,
following
yes.
quarter. If it was a single circumstance, then I would say that we could evaluate post on their event and try to add that to it.
Okay.
They won't turn out money, ever, but.
No,
But it sounds like, I'm sorry, that everybody that's represented will have something in the next quarter also.
I would like to add that this is a good time that we've been discussing. The mobile app was something that was created for this purpose, for the downturn, that we want people to go to a central location so that when there wasn't funds, that they would have something free to utilize to go to. So I've been doing the best I can at this point to put everything I know of to go on there to send people to that point. So this is a good time to start pushing people to that and to get that out, the word of mouth. I put it on my Facebook and I continually tell people about it at all my events. So now we need everybody to really start pushing and talking about this. If y'all have any ideas on how to get it out some more, I will entertain them. This is what this is for now. And this is the time that we can utilize this to its potential to really get this out there because it's free. And this is what basically y'all pay me to do, is to get this information. The fair can utilize this so much.
So the Wild Bunch can't do
The Wild Bunch, yes.
the farmer's market.
Yes, everybody can use this. I just need you all to start helping me push it out there. That's what I need. I need all of us to be on board with this. Just to say, hey, just download this. Just search Lovington on your app store. That's it. And if they don't like it, they can delete it. It's that easy. My 6-year-old niece downloaded it for me. I mean, it was that easy. So, I mean, really, there's nothing complex about it. I keep it fresh. One of the compliments I did receive from the developers that helped me with this was that I did keep it fresh. He was doing a presentation at the Main Street Convention in Milwaukee to help sell this to other main streets in the U.S., and he was showing the different ways to utilize this, and I had already changed it, and basically I had different, I call it a different skin. And basically I had the pool, that's the one I had up, and the pool was opening that week. So I had put that on there. The pool was opening, their hours, the picture of the swimming pool, and some lime green and teal colors. And guess what? He was showing it to somebody, and he thought that was the best way to promote something. The next week he sent me an email. He went back to refer to it, and it was Captain America for the theater. So we're also promoting the movies that way. They're seeing a bump as well in their numbers. So I'm promoting events as well as the theater and different things. So I encourage you all to utilize it. This week I have the lizard race on there, so what do you think's coming up? So please, I really encourage y'all to reach out to me, and I will reach out to y'all as I continuously do. If not, I'm pretty capable of searching it myself. So I already have mutton bussin' signups because I get that a lot. Already on there when that's coming up. So this is that time that I feel like we should be utilizing that and telling people about this. So I need everyone's help to get that pushed out. I have posters, I have rack cards, I have everything that we need to help get that out. So if y'all can help me with that, that would be great. App Store, search Lovington, look for the sun.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh, any other discussion? Any comments? Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's me again.
I have another suggestion. The class of 1971 was here this summer. They stayed in Hobbs. We've got to do better than that to get our people from our classes to stay here instead over in Hobbs. So we need to be aware of when these class reunions.
Was the Comfort Inn, they weren't open yet?
I don't know.
Yeah, we had a class in 1961.
1961?
Yeah, they stayed with us.
But this is 71.
Yeah, you don't know about 71, but
No, we were
they probably weren't open. I don't
We were
know.
on June 1st. and June 1st.
Well, all I know is 72 will be here in Lovington. We always have and 71 did tell me that they would have their 50th here. But we need to be more concerned about having our students here in Lovington
And that's
and to
what we
keep them
try
here.
to, you know,
Well,
We
everybody,
can't remodel the motels.
I know. But everybody here in Lovington needs to be aware of that. And if you've got Facebook friends with these other reunions,
Yeah.
then let's get them here instead of over.
Yeah, we're having our, the Lovington Main Street is having the summer quarterly in Lovington. We were chosen. And so everybody from all over the state, Main Street programs will be coming to Lovington, and we're staying at the Comfort Inn. Not we, they. I'm gonna stay at my house.
Lots of 1955.
Yeah.
Lots of 1955.
61, I'm like, that's the year I was born.
Then the 55,
Them people are old. Okay, go ahead.
Because we know how old you are.
One of the things that I tried to educate, this is in Hobbs additional, is on $100 room, for every $1,000 that you request, just to make that money up, it takes 200 rooms. So, that's one of the things. I know there's ongoing rooms that are not event driven. Obviously we have rooms during the week, but that is what I call maintenance. That takes care of a lot of the other requests that come in during the year that aren't for events only. So just kind of keep in mind when you look at your numbers, and this is for the audience, that it takes a lot of rooms just to reimburse the fund so that we have money in the following quarters.
Have you seen a slowdown in homes at the motels and hotels?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is
sometimes
the-
we attack the seller, then we just slow, they slow.
Yeah, it's the city of Hobbs is also
They're feeling
has
it
the
too.
same thing. Yeah, they're having they're having income problems that we warned them just like everything else, but they didn't fund. I don't think they funded anybody.
Well, the city of Hobbs does, the way I understand it, their lodger's tax once a year. You return in your request
They do.
for the whole year, and they meet once a year.
No,
Can,
they meet once a year for request, and they meet quarterly for action on those reports.
oh, okay. But can you imagine if we would have met once a year and not looked at this downturn and where we'd be? I'd be in trouble.
No, there'd be no money.
Yeah.
I've never seen.
I can write the check.
Me
but-
neither.
I've
I've been on here 8 years,
I've been here 7 and I've never seen it this
8,
low.
9, 10 years. I've never seen it this low.
I haven't either.
So, we appreciate y'all coming though. So, I need a motion.
I did 2 motions.
The motion will be to make we recommend following the staff's recommendations of funding the chamber at $1,000 a month for the next quarter and suspending all other funding. Is that
For this quarter.
for this quarter? Yes.
I second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any other discussion?
Any discussion?
Tara.
Anybody want to say anything?
I just want to say thank you because we got to take the good with the bad.
That's right. Thank you. We
Thank you.
appreciate y'all's understanding.
I appreciate it. And my Humphrey House kids got a game, so I got to go somewhere. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Wait,
all those in favor, oh, wait.
I just want to say one quick thing. On a positive note, I think that because the economy is so low, our events have actually not seen a decline in attendance, which is amazing. And I think what's happening is that people don't have the extra disposable income to take big trips. And so they are staying closer to home and looking for more community-oriented things to do. So we all just have to tighten our belts up a little bit and work together to spread the word, but keep having events because people are coming to them. They are looking for stuff to do close to home. So that's just something kind of positive.
And I was, you had a fantastic car show, and the farmer's market was booming Saturday. And I didn't have time to stop because I don't remember where I was going, but, oh, I had a wedding shower.
Well, I would
Okay.
like to think, before we adjourn, I would
Oh,
like
I'm
to
not gonna
think.
adjourn, we haven't voted yet.
Oh,
we
that's
have a
right,
motion
yeah,
on the
oh, that's
table.
right, yeah, yeah.
Let's
let's
finish the
vote.
motion.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, all those in favor?
aye.
All those opposed? Okay, now.
Now,
All right. For the groups that are having events, there's some good, Alfredo just left, but, whether it's the fair and rodeo, we hope that you have a good year.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm sure the carnival, concessions will be down. It happens every time. This is my probably fifth downturn, so, you know, you're gonna have that, but you will have a lot more attendance because people will wanna go there. But we do appreciate it, hopefully with, there's several, through your funding request, there's gonna be some good events in this quarter, so hopefully we'll be able to build up some reserves and, work with you in the next quarter, so.
Yeah.
Keep up.
Hang in there with
We're
us.
still
Yeah,
here.
with us, that's right.
we're still here.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Motion to adjourn?
James, I need to